Oh no. Welcome to the Lucky Ones podcast. I'm your host, Lucky Wood, and tonight I am joined by what is said to be, not by her, but what is said to be the best pound per pound puller, Miss Tara Terry. Welcome in. Woo!
Thank you for having me. Awesome intro, by the way.
Thank you. I know I thought it came together quite nicely, but only because I had a killer model to be able to work with some,
thank you.
with some amazing matches, and that will 100% dive into. So, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. I feel bad because, like, with me being in Virginia, like, obviously, like, I'm East Coast, and so I watch you guys all the time, like, on, like, UAL or, you know, in other places, in pulling in places, but I don't get to, like, really, like, interact with you guys a whole lot over on the West Coast, so I'm trying to make up for it now. Like, trying to be more, like, who are my West Coast puller?
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, and it's a great thing what you're doing. I think it's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, and so anything that we can anything you want to critique or help us be better, that's what we are here to do. And we're just excited to be able to have this platform, and it's slowly growing, but it's
I think it's going great so far. We need more of it for sure.
Appreciate you. So I mean, obviously, you are an incredible female arm wrestler. There's a lot of people that were excited that you were coming on tonight, and I was excited because, like, they were like, hey, like, we love Tara, you know, like, Tara wants to know why. And so, like, I mean, for somebody like yourself, I think it's really important that you hear that first off, because just so that you are really impacting and a lot of women and even the guys in the sport.
Thank you. That means a lot to hear, because I really try to be an inspiration for people. That's one of my main goals, is just showing other women, hey, these things are possible, and don't give up, because there's opportunities all the time.
Exactly. So, well, tell us what brought you into the sport?
Originally, my dad. He's been in it forever, almost his whole life. And back when I was probably like 13, they were doing junior classes really close to where we lived and grew up in Reno, Nevada. So when they had tournaments there, it was like first one, he's like, why don't you guys just, because he was going, he's like, why don't you guys just try it out? Me and my sister both. And we're like, okay. So we trained for like 2 or 3 months with him, kind of getting the feel for everything. And we both ended up taking first and second places at our first event. So it was super cool. We did it probably juniors 3 to 4 years in a row, and then just went from there. I just hit it off from there. We started with that, and then I think my last juniors was in Vegas in 2015, and then my whole family moved to Alaska about 9-10 years ago now. And now my dad and I are back in California. And so since coming back, there was about a 10-year gap where I didn't do anything arm wrestling. There was nothing really from up there that you could really do. So I didn't compete or do anything for I mean, Alaska life's hard, so you stayed in shape, that's for sure. But
right, sure.
I mean, there was really nothing. So being back the last almost 4 years now, I've really gotten into competing pro. I went straight in first tournament 3 years ago, was straight into women's pro, and I was like, okay, well, no more
right.
years.
Yeah. And isn't it funny how they do that to us women? Like we're so lucky that we don't have amateurs or novice ever, and we can just jump right into the pros.
Yeah, that makes it kind of tough too.
Oh yeah. No, I was totally being sarcastic.
Totally no problem.
Right. No, because like I just started like 2 years ago.
Oh wow,
so,
nice.
Yeah, and so for me it was very much that, like, you know, I had teammates saying like, you need to go, you know, pull amateurs for a year or two, like don't practice, you know, and all that, and I'm just like, okay, where though?
Right. Where's the classes?
Right. And I mean, and even when we went out to California in 2024, I went to the UAL, and
Nice.
Bill Collins, he had an amateur class there, and he told me that you can't pull my amateur class if you're pulling for a match. That means you're too good.
Oh my gosh.
And then also, even if I was able to beg and plead with him, there wasn't any ladies that showed up for amateurs.
Yeah, it's very, very rare that you get ladies amateur classes.
Right.
So it just makes it difficult.
Yeah, so that was the other. Is like, okay, here's a place that actually has it, but there's no ladies here. So, oh well.
Right.
Try again later. I'll just stick with the pros.
Yep. Hey, it makes you learn and train real quick.
Right. Yeah. Nothing like trial by fire.
Get off.
Right. Trial by fire is a real thing here in the arm wrestling community. 100%.
Oh yeah.
So, when you're looking at arm wrestling and training and all that kind of stuff, what does it look like now? Because I know you said you took like a fair amount of a break, but you were still, you know, very active, very physical.
Yeah. So I'm always physically active. I constantly stay physically active. I do construction work with my dad. He's a general contractor, so we do almost anything under the sun, between roofing, concrete, building, decks, carports, flooring. I mean, we do everything top to bottom, just about. So it's a physically demanding job all day long. I don't train, really. I mean, I've gone to practices and, you know, every now and then here or there, and we can work time in off our schedule, and picked up the weights a few times here or there. But honestly, my work is my workout. That's how I just stay maintained.
There you go. What's been like the best part about being in arm wrestling?
Honestly, I would have to say the people, the community and group of people. It's not like any other sport. Every other sport, there's this animosity and kind of rivalry thing. You get a little bit of that in arm wrestling, but it's only for a short time. You get up to the table and it's seriousness, and I hate you for a minute, but after that, it's like we're friends for life. You know, it's and the amount of support that people give. People sit there and go through their training techniques with you and everything that they do and give you pointers, both sides. I even do it to people I'm pulling, especially a lot of newer people. It's like I'm showing them everything I have because I want them to be just as better as I am. And that's a lot of what arm wrestling people seem to do. And that's one of the main things I really love about it, is just the community of people and just the support. It's been overwhelmingly just great. I'd also have to say the motivation too that it gives you. It really drives you to keep going and want to step up to the next level. It's a very motivating thing. So I love it.
Yeah. No, I love that you said that too, because like, I mean, I get people looking at me cross-eyed sometimes because I know I was at an event here recently and I was on a table with a newer person and we had pulled, and then we were on the after pull table and they walked over and, what you working on? It's like showing them how to beat me next time.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were like, ain't no way. And so then they watched for a little bit and they were like, you really are showing her how to beat you.
Why not? You know what? It makes them a better puller, and it also makes your competition better. Mm-hmm. So it's a hand-in-hand thing, and I think it's great.
For sure. And it keeps me like, on my toes too. It keeps me in the gym. It keeps me motivated because I'm like, oh man, now that I've showed
you gotta step it up.
I gotta step it up.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So where do you normally pull out of? Like what's been kind of like your go-to area? Like who do you really enjoy?
Mainly it's my home base is California, Northern California. We're way up here in the mountains where nobody knows what my town's called. Very few people know, but it's mainly California. I mean, my dad and I, we try and travel everywhere we can, but usually, Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, that's kind of our main. We really want to try and branch out. I really want to try and get over to the East Coast and pull some of you guys over there. Just kind of broaden my competition. It kind of becomes the same old out here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of new people per se. And so it's, it's just nice to have different competitions, see your level, see where you're at and different people. I mean, there's a lot of competition out there.
Yeah, truly. Yeah. And then you talk about different countries too, and you're like, "Ooh, man!"
Oh yeah, it's a whole nother ball game.
Oh yeah. You talk international pullers, and that's just a whole new dog to bark.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Last I think it was September. My dad and I qualified to go to Worlds, and it was in Greece, and so we ended up going out there and. It was an amazing experience. I won't take anything away from it, but it was a real eye opener. It humbles you real quick. I mean, you understand the level of pullers out there pretty quick and where you need to be at. And so I got some good motivation under me for this coming year. So we'll see.
Nice. And I guess we'll talk about it, but you're looking at Tokyo?
I'm hoping so. Yeah. Lord willing, we'll get there. And that's my plan. So that's my goal right now. My main goal.
Very cool. Very cool.
That'd be awesome. I've never been there, so that'd be cool.
But I know we talked about this sometime, and I'm getting a little off track, but I do want to just talk about it a little bit because, when we talk about, Terry, we were talking about the tiara of women's arm wrestling, especially in, your division in your class, but then you go to somewhere like Worlds, and you're like, little fish, big pond.
Oh yeah.
You said it motivated you a lot, but just walk me through that mind shift a little bit.
Most of the time, every time I go to an event, I get nervous. It's just the buildup of the anxiousness of you want to do good, you want to perform good, you don't want to let your people that are supporting you don't want to let them down. But it was a huge step. One being so far away from home, being out of the country, somewhere I've never been. That was the first hurdle. That was a journey in itself. But just the amount of people they experience, the atmosphere, it's like you are on a world stage. You've got so many people watching you. There's so many different people, and the amount of talent that's there is unreal. You go and pull your weight. I weigh 114 pounds, 15 pounds on the average, on the normal. So, that's what I pull. And when you think you can do pretty good, think again, because someone's going to show you up otherwise.
Nice.
It was a very humbling experience, and it was definitely a great experience just to see where I was at. And I could work on a lot, and I'm working my way there. So
very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and that's an amazing weight to pull at, let me say, because you don't have, as much as you don't have very many pullers over there, you don't have very many pullers in your class either.
Or the class to necessarily support it. Right. As of late, I've seen more lighter weight classes come out, which I'm very thankful for. But in California, I had to pull my weight. Wow. In an odd sense. It's
right.
In a sarcastic way, I should say. The classes when I started out was 0 to 154.
Yeah.
That was it. So that's what I got stuck with. And so I worked my tail off to be at that level of group of people at that weight. And it was difficult.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. It still ain't easy.
Right. No. I can't imagine it's gotten much easier.
No. But
and I know so California Rankings did recently release an initial list, and then I know they went back on everything, and now we're waiting for the official list to come out.
They're bringing it back out.
Okay, and so I noticed on that one you had a 0 to 135 class for the rank. Is that correct?
It was either 0 to 135 or I think it's 0 to 125.
Oh, okay.
I think they had a 25 class.
Perfect.
So you'll notice I'm not ranked in that class. I'm only ranked in the 154 class.
Gotcha.
When I started out at the 0 to 154, that's what I pulled. That's where I got my state title initially, was in the 154 class, because that's all I had. Then they branched off to the 0 to 125. You can only be ranked in one class, so I didn't see a need to be ranked in the 25-pound class when the majority of people I already beat there, and I'm already beating and ranking in the 154 class. So that's basically the class I chose to stick with.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Sense. Very cool. Yeah, that's actually good. That's good knowledge. We're resetting our Virginia ranks in November, and so to actually split like the classes and everything like that. And they already told me like the rule is you can be in one class.
Yeah.
But I mean, Warhammer sounds legit to me.
You're right.
But honestly, the lady for the upper class, I can't really beat her anymore, and I'm so proud of her for that.
Nice,
like
good.
we have hardcore wars when we pull each other.
I love that. That's my favorite. You know, when you can have those good battles, that's what it's about.
Oh, exactly.
I love
that. I'm like, well, okay, well, go ahead, go do your thing, homie.
Yeah,
and
you can
have ladies that we're training up that we can't even say like this is a sure thing, because the ladies that we're training up here, like, okay. I love it. So when you're not arm wrestling, what are you up to?
A lot of the time it's just work. And when we're not working, we're either, it's wintertime right now. So my dad and I love to snowmobile. So we ride snowmobiles a lot. And it's been kind of an odd year. We haven't had snow, knock on wood, for about 3 weeks now. We got a good dump in the first storm. And then now it's just, it's great because we're able to work outside and get a lot more jobs in. So it's working out really great. But we do need some more snow, and we want some more fresh powder to go play around on. If you think snowmobiling's easy, it's not. It's very physically demanding as well. It will whip you right into shape, and you'll understand how sore you are the next day. Because
is it similar to like dirt biking? Is that like the same physical?
A little bit. You got a little more weight you're kind of throwing around, holding the handlebars and holding that weight around. It tires you out quick. It works your grip strength a lot, grip in your arm. So it's a good fun workout, but that's what we love to do in the wintertime. Summertime, we're either out berry picking, hiking, just enjoying nature, doing a lot of that stuff. But we're very outdoors people.
Very cool. And when you get back home and your muscles are sore, you have a special thing that you do. What is it?
Use some of my own TNT muscle rub. Because it's dynamite stuff. That's my punchline. But yeah, so I originally, I don't know if you want to touch on that at all. I'm keeping you off track. So I originally started doing, I got worked up to my muscle rub to where it's at, originally through my dad. He had been a contractor his whole life, had bad back, knees, neck, shoulders, you name it. He had it. And he's a naturalist. He hates taking pain medication. So I was like, well, let me do some research, and started getting into the natural path stuff and looking into a lot of essential oils, and just kind of started making this concoction of stuff. And I was like, oh, this helps, that helps. And over the last probably 10 years now of just research and really creating this formula, I started, saying, oh, let me try and, start selling it and giving it to people, letting people try, and getting a lot of feedback. And I've had people in tears of just, oh my gosh, I can't believe this works. And I've had this pain, I couldn't get rid of it. And that's what brings joy to my heart, because I put so much work into something that I just want to work for people, especially something natural, when it kills me when I hear people taking pain medications or this or that. And I'm like, you don't need it. It's,
right.
We're not as much,
Sure.
Everybody is different, and works different for everybody. But started out with just a normal batch of my formula of stuff that I made, and a lot of people are like, need a little more feel. I don't feel it quite as much. So then I branched off to making a mild and then an extra strength, and just kind of branched out on different products. I got another one coming out now, so it's coming along good. But a lot of people seem to love it.
Nice. And you will actually be in Vegas, correct, as a vendor? Is that right? Or...
I will be in Vegas. Are you talking about like the upcoming tournament?
I thought I saw on Sean Boom Hancock that you're gonna.
Yeah. So his North American Championships tournament in March, I'll be there and I'll have my product. I'll be selling it there as well.
Very cool.
Thankfully, Sean let me have a table. It's awesome.
Very awesome. Very cool. Very cool. So make sure you go check that out. First, check out March 14th, Vegas. Head over there for the North Americans. And then say hi to Tara Terry and buy something. Don't just walk up and pay.
Promise it works. It'll work. I always tell people, and it's a huge thing with my product, is it's not just afterwards when you're sore. It helps with the blood flow and circulation beforehand. So I tell a lot of people, hey, if you're getting sore in your elbows, it's your wrists, your bicep, your whatever hurts or gets really sore, rub it on beforehand. Use it beforehand because it gets your blood circulation going more, kind of relaxes some of those muscles and tendons so you don't get hurt as bad. So I always preach that to everybody. It's a before and after.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, Houdini wants to know if you know Benji.
Benji Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course you know.
He's a great guy. He does some great videoing too.
Yep. So we have some pretty legit comments talking about how you're an open weight warrior. And
I see that now. I haven't even been looking down there.
Super strong.
Thank you.
So yeah, we are. Hello, chat. Hello to everybody here. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Brian Jones says, "Let me get some of that stuff." So
absolutely.
So
I have a Facebook page, TNT Muscle Rub. Look for the round logo.
There you go. TNT Muscle Rub. Drew can't do it. Brian. Well, Drew doesn't have Facebook, so I'm trying to think of who's a moderator that could link it in the chat. But anyway, if somebody wants to drop it in the chat, that'd be legit. I'd appreciate you very much.
I gotta send you some of my cards and my pamphlets and stuff. I got a whole new bunch of info, so I'll have to send you some stuff.
Oh, yes, please.
I'll send you a little care package.
Oh, I love that. I would love that. And then also anytime, and I usually save this at the end, but I'll tell you now because I want to forget. Lucky Ones podcast page on Facebook, the group page, whatever you have that you want to sell, that you want to push, that you want to promote, use that page. We have
awesome. Thank
1,100 people. So I know some people are like, no soliciting. We ain't about that. Like, awesome. Arm wrestling includes businesses too. So
nice. Thank you so much.
Talk about support. We mean all around support, not just in one area.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll try and get it out there as much as I can to as many people.
There you go. Exactly. So yeah. So feel free to post. We won't delete it or mark you as spam.
Thank
you. So, something that we talked about, obviously, like, you are very inspirational in the sport, and I love your positivity. I love the energy that you bring. I love that your killer attitude on the table, but also just you're like, hey, let's hang out. The fact is is exactly in my mind what female arm wrestling is.
Thank you very much.
When you look at female arm wrestling, who are some people that you are kind of looking up to, and who are some people that we should be keeping an eye out in the sport?
There is a lot of great female pullers out there. Too many to name. Geez. There's a lot of great pullers I think we can learn from. Everybody, with their different styles and techniques, looking to different people to, help them come up. A lot of the people who are, older in the sport, especially, have a lot of value and knowledge that a lot of us newer people probably don't have or don't think about. So we can learn a lot from that. Specifically anybody, I can't really come to mind of anybody specific, but definitely when you're looking to get into the sport and you need some guidance or want to know one thing or another, get online, reach out to people, watch some videos, because it's all at your fingertips.
Right.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I got, oh, cool.
Hey, Candy. Hey, Candy.
I think I want to make sure I got her for sure. And then Ryan Boussier. Hey Ryan, he had a big super match. He did phenomenal.
Nice, good.
At his match. So everybody go check it out. I won't give any spoilers. I guess by saying phenomenal, I guess kind of
a little bit. That doesn't always mean someone wins.
But it's still, like I say, it was a best of 7. So y'all have to go watch to go look at the record.
I bet that was a good one.
Yes. Ryan versus Ryan. And then Katie said, "Yes, here we go. We got a consumer review other than yours truly. Yes, TNT is amazing. All of Daniel's wrestling team uses it's literally the most amazing stuff." So
thank you, girl. I appreciate you.
That's awesome. And then check out Jeremy Parker tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Through the Fingers podcast. Nice. Ooh. And you know this lady, Sarah Latona.
Sarah, yes, love
you. Sarah's pretty amazing. I absolutely
is. Oh, I love that girl. She's awesome.
And so
an awesome puller and an awesome person, I'll tell you that.
Have you gotten to pull her?
Yeah. I've pulled her in a tournament, and I knew I couldn't beat her, so I knew I had nothing for her because she's on a whole nother level than I am right now.
Yeah.
But she's an amazing puller. She's up there.
Was that at the Vegas one last year?
I don't think so. I don't think she pulled. Well, let me think about it. No, I don't. Not that I remember. I think the very first time that I pulled her that I remember, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, Sarah. I want to say it was in Arizona. It wasn't last year. I think it was the year prior. So about 2 years ago, it was in Arizona, and she pulled, and I, of course, didn't have anything for her, but we got to pull after pull a few times, and I've got a lot of great pointers from her, and
nice.
Appreciate her so much for taking the time because it really helps.
Very cool. Very cool. I love that. So you, obviously over there, you have some promoters who I'm familiar with, like Sean and Bill Collins.
Absolutely.
And so what's kind of like the best promotion that you've been a part of that you've been able to be like, ooh, I'm definitely going back to there?
The biggest one's UAL, Bill Collins. He's been a huge supporter of me, always, allows me to bring my product and sell his product. He's a big supporter of it. He's always been a huge supporter of the ladies, the classes, and trying to support and grow that as well. So he's up there with one of the biggest supporters of that. His events are always really great. I'd love to see more people come out. It's really hard, getting people together, and a lot, travel and stuff is expensive. It's not easy, and especially getting time off of work, but it'd be nice to see a lot more people head out this way too. His events are always really great awards, always runs really smoothly. But another one, Sean, he's, a big supporter and promoter of the women's arm wrestling as well, which is really great. He switched his gears to, having lighter classes, and I really want to try and, like I said, get out there and pull one of his events more towards the East Coast and hit one of his events. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But he's also, big proponent of the women's and the payouts too. Last year in Vegas, he had, a decent, prize money for the women, had a little overall match. And a lot of people actually pulled in and put in some more money. I think it was like over $1,000. So it was really awesome to be part of that. Yeah. That was amazing.
That was really cool. Because they had the women's overall, and I think Patrina Brooks took that one home.
She did, yeah. I was close to having a little bit of a battle with her, and she was super fun to pull, but she's super strong. She's an amazing puller.
Definitely. I've enjoyed conversing with her online. Can't wait for the day that we get to meet in person. But that's just, that's one of the good things about social media.
Oh yes, connects you to so many people.
Right, exactly. And so I know you mentioned earlier, like reach out and talk to people. Like you'd be,
exactly, yeah.
You know, like I was like so nervous, like my first probably like 4 or 5 months in, like just talking to people because I was like,
yeah.
oh, nobody. And then like I'd get these messages back like right away, being like, or like I'd post a match, and then I'd have
it comes in as a flood.
names. Right, I have all these names in my DMs being like, hey, that was great, but here's my advice, or hey, this is something you can work on, and it's just like, what in the world? This is insane.
It's hard to take it all in, and you just, some of it just gets scrambled up there in your head, and you got to try and weed through it and figure it out. But there's a lot of information when you first start out that you got to absorb in like a sponge.
Nice. So, here we go. Terry and Tara Kilfin, BAM Arm Wrestling Team. We sell the TNT Muscle Rub at our gym, and we use it daily. Great Kingdom product.
Thank you guys. God bless you guys. Love you guys too.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, that's a great power couple out there.
They're such a great group of people, and what they do is amazing. And we've gotten to pull with them, train with them every now and then when we can get down there. And big supporters. They're amazing people.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Mr. Peanut, what's up? How are you? So we call this the Jessie question because Jessie Androvic came up with it, and I told her that I was going to 100% steal it, but I'm going to use it.
I was wondering that. I was like, okay, what is this?
Right. So, but I always give her a shout out because it is technically her question. And we have 2 questions that I actually stole from our audience, quote unquote. And you're actually going to be the second one, other than Devin, to get the second question.
Okay.
But this first question is: where do you see arm wrestling going in 5 to 10 years?
It could go one of 2 ways. It can either go and step up and grow and be really great and big, or it can skydive. I think there's quite a few things that need to change in the sport to get it to, we talk about a more elite level, spreading it out, making it bigger and better. I think we need, one of the big things is a lot more people coming together, promoters included, arm wrestlers. We need to try and work together to be more kind of team oriented. You have your own organization, everybody's got their own different thing, but more people just need to come together with the sport. And a lot of that plays into with promoting. We promote throughout the arm wrestling community, but to draw more people in, I think there needs to be more promotion outside of that, to more awareness, I guess I should say, to bring more people to the sport, especially with the female side of it. I think there needs to be more awareness of this is actually, a female sport as well. There's so many people that ask me, oh, what's that? Or, is that really a thing? They think it's a bar sport. And that's another factor. You want to grow it and get it to be bigger and better. I know it's hard to get away from the kind of some of the venues and, stuff like that. But a lot of people think of it as a bar mentality. It's just a bar sport, and it's kind of sad.
Right.
And so there needs to be more promotion and awareness out there, like I said, especially for the female side of it, because a lot of people just don't know or think it's a legitimate thing. Like this, it's a legitimate sport. It's the real deal. So
right.
I think there's a lot that can be done just about getting there.
Right.
And a lot of it starts with like a lot of what you're doing. It reaches out to a lot of people, and a lot of females, especially, newer people that might be interested or have somebody else that's interested. This is a huge platform to reach out to people and to talk about this stuff, to where, one, it can inspire, bring knowledge to people, and have people maybe want to say, I want to try that out. Wow, look at this person, or look at that person. Maybe I could do that. It's a lot about that to bring people in, is what I think.
Yeah. No, I love that. That's so true.
Yeah.
So hopefully people can just continue to invite people and bring them in, and having those opportunities to really just spread the news about it.
Exactly. Almost everywhere we go, we're constantly saying, hey, are you going? Can we try and give you a ride? Let's get together. And we always say, get the bus going. We try and get as many people to go to these events as we can. And, it's hard, life's difficult
Right.
And it's not cheap either, so it's hard, but it's you do it for the love of the sport.
For real. And I mean, and it is true because like we talked about it a little bit. Like, have you done a round robin ever?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
No, you're fine. Have you done a round robin?
I have not, no.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit ago about just how when it's like a round robin, you're guaranteed a certain amount of arms that you're going to be able to pull and show up, and how, if more promoters maybe geared that way, at least while we're still growing and bringing women in, because it's, it's hard to have, so many different classes, and then you have to merge classes, or people show up and there isn't any competition. And so, really having those round robins, but, and then you have to get out of your mindset that, well, round robins need to only be the big names. Like, no, they need to be, everybody, like, have those multiple levels.
Yeah, have more weight classes and groups of people. And I understand it's hard, especially, this is why we don't see a lot of lighter weight classes for women, because there's not that many, especially out here. I mean, there's just not. And I wish there was more. And so I try to be more of an inspiration to people to say, look at what I do, and that things are possible, how I'm competing, who I'm competing against, and what I'm able to achieve. I try to be that inspiration for a lot of people, not just women, but for the guys too. It's like, do your best, you got to show up, you start there to get anywhere. So I try to just be the inspiration for people, but it definitely makes it difficult. But I think too, like I say, your podcast, it's a great starter for a lot of people to look into and hear what a lot of us women have to say about the sport. But too, it's inspiring the women to get out there, to get your foot on the stage and try it out. It's where it starts. You have to start somewhere. Don't let your first couple fails put you down. Don't doubt yourself. Don't go in with a negative attitude. Walk up there with a positive attitude, saying, even guys alike, that even sometimes ask me about information, so their first tournament. Don't worry about losing. Worry about protecting yourself and learning and having the experience. That's the most important thing. The first couple events that you do is just taking it in and then fine-tuning what's comfortable for you and your craft, and then work on that. Start there. But, people just gotta get out there. You gotta get your foot out there and just start somewhere.
Love it. Well, that actually segues into this question from the chat. What's your polling style, and does she believe top roll is for smart people? LOL. Houdini being spicy tonight. Jeez, Houdini.
Like I said, everybody's got their different styles. Top rolling, if that's where you feel comfortable, go with that. I started out kind of a top roll, and that's kind of what I stuck with, until I got comfortable and learned more about the sport and learned the different techniques and took in all the information from everybody that was, giving me feedback and showing me and helping train me. And so I try to master every craft. I work inside, I work outside, over the top, hook, you name it. I try and do it, because I think when you're more well-rounded with technique, then you have better performance, especially if I go over the top and someone else goes hook, if I don't go inside and I get taken that way, I'm kind of lost. You know what I'm saying? So if you kind of have a little bit of knowledge of each area, you're better well-rounded to either play offense or defense, depending on, where you go. But
100%.
I try and be versatile and do just about anything and everything.
Love it.
It ain't easy, but it's hard when you first start out to have all that knowledge. It's like, go with one thing and stay there until you're good at it, and then branch off, work on a few other little things, your defense or offense. But starting out, stick with one thing and go from there.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than people think.
For sure. I love this idea. We should pull together a female training camp. All of us ladies go away together for the weekend and train and pull. Lucky's Boot Camp.
That would be kind of cool.
First of all, if it's got to be a boot camp, we got to put a different name on it because I'm having people mad at me. I am not a trainer.
We'll figure something out, but that is a good idea to
I love it. Do a retreat would be amazing.
Yeah, or kind of like just like seminars for ladies, and have people across the U.S., different teams and stuff, get together and say, hey, put out an event flyer somewhere, all ladies welcome, any sport, anybody who wants to try it out. And these are the small things that I think a lot of people need to work towards to get more ladies involved and bring more ladies out. We need, and then have like, hey, these are the training groups around your state. Check them out, go start training with them. I think that's where that needs to start to get more ladies involved. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, that's a off the podcast. I don't want people to steal my idea, but if I do win the lottery, I do have some solid plans for that. And so,
nice.
If somebody really rich wants the idea, I'll sell it to you for a finder's fee.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think. I mean, anybody can do it, when we're talking about female arm wrestling, there's not a monopoly on it. Like, nobody owns rights to it. Like, I mean, it's very much anybody who wants to invest and believe, like, there's space for you. And I feel like women need to recognize that too. Like, this is a sport that has space for you. Yeah. Like, whether you're winning or losing, it does not matter. Like, you will be a better person, and you'll have better people in your life because of it. Yeah. So for the most part, there's some people, disclaimer, there are some people that suck. So don't come to me like, you told me everybody was awesome. No, I just said that there was a lot of people that were awesome.
Of potential.
Yeah. I love it. So tell me some of your amazing accolades, because you are obviously like out the gate winning juniors, which is incredible. Love it. And then you came back and you kind of just took arm wrestling by storm.
Yeah, sometimes I surprise myself, but going from juniors and then taking such a long break of just the technicality of the sport, I still had some strength there. And so coming in right into pros 4 years ago now, it was kind of daunting. I didn't know what to expect. And I was, of course, nervous because I just like starting out fresh. You know a little bit about arm wrestling, but that was juniors. You're just there having fun, pulling. You don't work on a lot of your craft, a lot of the technique and, what to do. So first coming back, it was a lot. Your brain gets overwhelmed and you're like, okay, I don't know what to do. Like, I got all this information, but now I don't know how to apply it. And so it's kind of stressing, but once you're in it, you keep going in it, and it keeps you going. You keep perfecting your craft, getting stronger. And so it was really motivating. I worked my butt off to get to number 1 in the state of California. 2.5 years ago now, right and left hand. I had some great battles. A lot of great people supported me with that. And that was probably one of the biggest achievements in, the sport and in my life at the time, that it was the amount of people that were behind me and really supported me and had faith in me. It was amazing. You almost feel like a celebrity. People make you feel so wonderful. It's an unreal, feeling, and it was amazing. But going and getting that state title was a big step. And then from there, went to nationals and qualified for worlds, got a national title at my weight, and second in the couple weight classes above me, because they put us together to get more people, a more bigger group of people to pull. For sure. Qualified for worlds, went to Greece last year and took third. It was a great experience, but it definitely puts me in a place now where I want to step up my game, and I'm looking to train harder than I ever have, because I'm looking to hopefully, like I say, God willing, we'll get to Japan, and that'll be an awesome thing. I'm looking for that world title, so we'll see if we get there.
Very cool. Very cool. Did you place third on both arms?
Yes.
That's so ridiculous. I love you so much. Like, I mean, and let me just preface by saying I'm not devalidifying anything about your feelings towards it.
No problem.
But you went to Worlds for the very first time and you podiumed with both arms. Like, that's incredible. Like,
it was, yeah.
And so, and I understand, and I love that it, motivated you and is pushing you, and you really, you're seeking out that next level. But I really, really just that to me is just like I'm hoping that I go to Worlds and I survive. Like, like I'm like maybe after my second or third Worlds I'll podium or really push for it. And
have you competed at Worlds before?
No. And so that's what I'm saying. Like,
I guess you said you just started a couple years ago. But hey, I think you're on a good track. I've seen you pull a few times. You're on a good track. You get yourself a national title and go from there.
Yeah. Well, I was able to compete at nationals, and I ended up walking away with 6 golds at that one. So because if you asked Tim Breslin, it was because nobody showed up. But I did pull people.
Hey, you know what? Hey, part of it is showing up. Part of most of it is showing up. If you don't show up, you don't get nothing.
Exactly.
Showing up is half the battle.
Right. So 6 golds and 2 silvers was not too shabby for my first nationals. And so but yeah, no, I would like to go and like face, and really see where I'm at now and see what I can do. And Worlds year or two down the road, 100% definitely hoping
there you go.
For that to be a goal. So
that'd be awesome. Are you planning on going to nationals again this year? And where do you go?
Probably not this year. So, and there, there's some stuff going on I don't really talk about on the show because this is a happy place. And so, basically I need to be in the States, for the next little bit until life changes. And then when life changes, then I'll be keeping my eye out for Across the River.
Yeah. Hey, take your time, take and perfect your craft, train. You got all the time in the world.
For sure. Yeah. So,
hey, yourself and family is more important.
Yep, and that's what this year has 100% taught me. And look,
life comes first.
Truly, and I mean, and I think like my very first year of competing, I did 17 tournaments, and I went to 21. So it was every 2 weeks. Like it was every 2 weeks I was either at a tournament or I was competing. Yeah. And I was just like, I need to make sure that I am actually getting better and not just competing to compete.
Yeah.
And so
it's hard going back to backs. I mean, we've been there, 2 weeks and 2 weeks and sometimes a couple of months, and then it's almost every month there's an event.
Yeah.
So it starts
it's easy to do, and then you feel bad too because sometimes you plan an event and then another event comes on the same day.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
you're just like, what?
Yeah, pick and choose.
Real. Yeah, no, and I will say I'm so bitter about this March 2026 calendar because like every promoter across America decided that March was National Arm Wrestling Month and planned something huge for every weekend.
There's a lot of good ones too in March, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose. I mean, hey, people got options.
I know. It's like, y'all realize there's May, June, July, August.
Yeah, like fill it in a little bit.
But no, in 2 months, all those are going to be filled with great events.
Oh yeah, summer's going to roll around real quick.
Oh yeah. That oversaturation, I love it, but at the same time, it's just like, man, is this too much?
It does kind of make it kind of difficult too because there's a lot of great events, a lot of great, promoters and pullers, and some get diluted because a lot of them go to one, not the other, then they get split. And so it's kind of like this 50-50 toss-up sometimes with events because you got multiple on the same day or it was week back to back. And it's like most people aren't going to go weekend to weekend back to back and go pull.
For sure.
So it just makes it difficult, but.
I know. If only we had one person that could come and fix it all. But then half the people would hate that person, and then it wouldn't work anyway. So Houdini wants to know, do ladies say left is the party arm? This lady does not. Left is the superior arm, anyway. And then what is her record on the left?
Okay, in terms of overall?
I guess.
Well, I always pull right and left unless I got some kind of, some issue going on. I'm reading her comment. I remember that. I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, just to touch on Candy's point, never met the lady, didn't know really her pulling style, how long she's been at it, really nothing about her. And I was really nervous about pulling her. It, most of the times I had a match set up or was going to pull somebody, I kind of knew a little bit of, where I needed to work and what to expect. I went in this totally blinded. And I just, said, I got to do what I got to do and what I'm comfortable with and go from there. And she kicked my butt. Super strong lady. She's absolutely amazing person, but it was a super fun match. I'm so glad we got to pull, and I'm looking forward to the next time we pull as well, because I definitely want to pull her again.
Love it.
Yeah. I don't remember where we were. Oh yeah, about my left. Even more important. Table time or lifting insane weight. Honestly, I would probably have to say table time. Lifting weights is one thing in my personal opinion, don't think a lot of just, a small amount of heavy reps, I don't think is as beneficial as repetition. Take a 20-pound dumbbell or, your comfortable weight and hit 50 or 100 reps, whatever, you're comfortable with. But the more repetitions you get, I think benefits you in the long run. Table time is a huge thing because it's where you craft a lot of your technique. I say it's probably about 80% technique and 20% strength. If you can perfect a lot of your techniques, your craft, the speed, your styles, you have a really good chance against people. Of course, you need strength, so you got to do a little bit of both, but more table time I think is more important. My dad and I used to have a super cool arm wrestling table we all built, and it was all diamond tread metal. It was all heavy duty metal pipes. That thing was not turning over. I mean, it was probably a couple 100 pounds, and we're looking to build one here again soon. It had, a whole pulley system hooked up, so you could do a lot of different moves, motions with weight resistance. So it was really awesome. But yeah, I think table time's worth that.
For sure. I love that. And so, I guess we'll segue into, because I know you brought up your dad a couple of times and then some cool things that you've gotten to do with him. And so the second of my fan questions that I'm 100% stealing, that we're going to call the Sayla, because Sayla Jones from Connecticut came up with this question. And the only other person I've asked yet is Devin. So congratulations. You're like the first one that is trial by file. But what's kind of your proudest moment on and off the table?
Oh, okay. Probably my first, I guess, proudest moment would probably have been accomplishing, becoming number one in the state of California at the 0 to 154 weight. Because being at such a light weight and having to compete with the bigger girls, it was a huge step for me. And it was a great battle against Grace. She's such an amazing opponent, and we always have good battles. We're going back and forth right now, and so she definitely gave me the challenge, and to come out on top, that was a big step and accomplishment for me in my journey in the sport. So that was number one, and then being able to have the opportunity to even compete at Worlds was just amazing. I had so many people support me and help me get there that it's more than I could explain. And so that was a huge step up for me. Working with my dad every day, getting to be with him is amazing. And so off the table, we worked our butts off for just about everything we got. And it's rewarding. The work we do is really rewarding to see, the look on people's faces after, a job's done, whatever it may be. It's, the appreciation of people is really cool. being able to work for yourselves too. You kind of set your own schedule, do what you want, say yes or no, and move along. So it's pretty cool.
For sure. But then I also really admire like the pressure that puts on y'all too, because you don't have like someone to fall back on or somebody be like, oh, he's the boss. Oh wait, that's me.
He always tells me, he's like, you're the boss. I just ask for money when I need it, because he does a lot of like we both do a lot of the hard work, but when it comes to like the finances, the computer stuff, he's like, that's all you. He's like, I don't know any of that.
Very cool.
So it's really cool.
Yeah, that is awesome. So what is your next event? Is it going to be...
Right now, I actually have a little bit of a break. So not until March, which is North American Championships in Las Vegas. I'll be there. So it's kind of nice to get a little month of no tournaments to pull.
Right.
Because it seems like it's every month or every couple weeks. But
sure.
So that'll be the next one. And then I think after that is going to be nationals. So
nice.
Big things, big tournaments. North American Championships is always a great turnout. Always runs really smoothly. Great venue and everything. So looking forward to that one. We're going to have, of course, my product, TNT Muscle Rub. Make sure you come and get some. Yep. And also to touch on this as well is a lot of people know Dan Wardlaw. He is the founder of Old Man Strong Arm Wrestling. Yep. Along with his new line of Arm Wrestling Life shirts and the Lady Strong Arm Wrestling shirts as well.
He still hasn't sent me one because he's a jerk, but that's okay.
Just contact me. So I'm getting to this. He has sponsored my dad and I to help us going to events. He's also partnered, or I should say we have partnered with him to help sell his shirts. So a lot of the events you'll see, we're selling them for him. You can order through him, and you can also order through me. So if you're looking for some great shirts, make sure to contact me and make sure you come and get some at the event in Las Vegas. Most of the events that I'll be at, I'll be posting. You'll know when we're there. You can check them out in person. They're awesome quality, great design, several to choose from. They also help support a great fund, Angie Rose Bass Cancer Fund. Portion of what we sell of those shirts goes towards her fund to help her as well. So again, it's all about supporting arm wrestling. A lot of his proceeds go back into the sport. So it really helps out everybody. And you got some pretty cool swag. So make sure to come get it and save on shipping.
Woohoo! There you go. Terry wants to know if Pops will be pulling in Vegas.
I believe so. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Very cool. Very cool. So so Terry's interested in pulling, obviously your dad. Is there anyone that you're interested in pulling in? Either that you have, or you're like, ooh, I need that rematch, or I've never tasted her before, I want to see one.
Okay. Huh. I do want some revenge back. I think it was 2 years ago now. I went to the all ladies tournament in Texas. Like I said, I think it was 2 years ago, and I had a super match with Sky Reyna because she was around close to my weight. We put a match up at 125, and she beat me. I didn't get one win on her, and so I'm looking for a little bit of a rematch there. It's been a while, and so I'd like to definitely have a rematch there. Like I say, I really just want to get out to some different states, some different, kind of broaden my horizon as of, competing against some different people and different pullers, and just get out there and compete, have more competition.
For sure. Well, I've already planned out your next 6 super matches. Because I have ladies who come either on this show or in the comments all the time talking lightweight.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you all know Terry?
Oh, thank you.
So, Brandy Bell, she is our t-shirt lady and designer. Okay. So
I know her a little bit, not real personally, but
she's out in Michigan. But she's always aching for, and she's like yourself, she pulls up, no problem, doesn't pulls the other lady, and pulls the other ladies, no problem, but is always man, if I just knew where I was at with my weight class, that's the dream. Yeah. So. And I think, I know you said she's 120. So
nice. Okay.
Yeah. So again,
that's
right around in that same. For sure. So that one I would like to see for sure. And then
yeah, that would be cool.
There's a new team that's in out, I think Vermont is her home state, if I'm not mistaken, but Lydia Tupper. So she's
kind of name sounds kind of familiar. I think
yeah,
I've
but I mean, oh my goodness, that girl has like 18 matches here. She's becoming a little Tim Lewis. But I love it for her. But she's become quite the little powerhouse. So getting her
good.
nice ladies in her weight area or whatnot, because like she's crushing ladies that are bigger and everything like that, and to get her a little bit more experience on the table would be.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I'm just excited to. I had a month where I had only teens on the show, and I didn't even plan it out like that. But I had like teen after teen after teen after teen, and they were like legit, like number one in their state, ladies. Nice. And I was like, y'all are here killing it. They were talking about like their training. They were talking about women that they beat, and I'm just like, slay, ladies, let's go. Like, this is the next generation.
I say, like, when it comes to making more awareness about women's arm wrestling, it's like, post yourself out there in the newspaper, post your stuff out there, talk to your community, that kind of bring awareness, show what you do. So it's about bringing more people in the sport.
For sure. I'm no longer practicing. I try to keep up. Yeah, you do. You do a great job with that, Mr. Peanut. We really appreciate you and all your support. So, Katie said a 0 to 135 round wall robin would be fire. I don't disagree. I think that would be a killer.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. That would be really cool to have. I don't think I've seen any lower ones than the 154.
There isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the one coming up
in enough of us.
The one we were coming up here, it's 160. So they added.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they added weight to that one.
There's a lot of great pullers around that weight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and so Priscilla's one of the teams. She's number one in Pennsylvania. Number one.
Nice, lady. Congrats! That's awesome.
Yep. And I think she's 4. Priscilla, are you 14? I think.
No kidding. Wow. Nope, that's awesome.
She showed up and destroyed everybody.
Nice.
So, she got an older brother who's in the sport that's really doing a great job of training her up. And
nice.
So yeah, they have some good training out there for her for sure.
That's awesome.
So what would be a piece of advice that you would give to ladies or people who are interested in bringing in ladies into the sport? What would be some advice that you would give them?
Kind of what I touched on earlier is, don't doubt yourself. Don't give up definitely on your first try. Don't let your losses defeat you. You will have your day. There's always room for improvement. Like I say, the most important thing when you're first starting out is knowing, one, how to protect yourself and protecting yourself, taking in as much advice and experience as you can, and just getting the experience of competing. Just get that under your belt and just kind of have fun with it for a while. And then, like I say, find a training group, some group to train with close to you, and train and show up and compete. If it's about showing up and pulling, because you got to start somewhere. You got to know where you're at, and you get a lot of experience and insight from a lot of people on and off the table at events. So I think a lot of people should start there.
Nice. No, I 100% agree. I love that for sure.
Yeah.
And so I think, obviously, with you and with your advice and you supporting people, like, one, make sure y'all are checking out that TNT muscle rub, please. Thank you. Dan Warlaw shirts. Yeah, I watch several tournaments or whatnot, mostly because I tune in for the ladies, and then I fast forward all through the boring men polls.
Thank you.
But I mean, really, I don't think there's ever been a tournament where I haven't seen one of his Old Man Strong shirts. At least one if not two people are wearing it. So
we try and get them out there as much as we can. So
right. So I mean, obviously it's working because I'm seeing it everywhere, and every time I see it, I get a little jaded. Like, where's my shirt that I was? Right. So, but we'll talk about that. I'll get that rectified, and then I'll actually, get a shirt that I can rock.
Yep.
And so, where is it? Killer Butterfly had a couple of questions that she wanted to do. She said, is there something in particular that has pushed you to continue arm wrestling? And what is the biggest challenges that you have faced as a female arm wrestler?
Biggest challenge, I think, is just competing at the weight that I'm at, competing against bigger pullers. Sure. Because yes, we have had a few promoters now adding lighter classes. However, the lighter women don't seem to come out and show up as much. So there's still a lack of participation in that category. So the biggest challenge is just competing to where I'm getting competition is competing at that higher weight class. Right. And a lot of that also has to do with pushing me in the sport because I want, I've pulled pretty well at the 54 weight, but that's just, pretty much in California. Sure. There's a lot more competition out there at that weight that I know is definitely another level above me. And so it's kind of motivating, starting out pulling at that heavier weight. It's pushed me to want to get stronger and better to be able to compete better at that weight with other people as well. And then, of course, going to Worlds and having another opportunity possibly to go again, I definitely want to step up to get a higher place and possibly get a world title. So that definitely pushes me to want to just train hard and keep training better and keep perfecting everything that I can. So it's a big push.
Love that. So are there any other supporters or sponsors that we can be looking out for, kind of help promote, help share their stuff out?
Definitely, for sure. Right now, I think one of the next big events that I know of, like out here in California, would be it's not till August, but it's the UAL US Open in Anaheim. So that's going to be a big one. They're changing, like I say, they're coming back out with the rankings and they're adding amateurs as well. So amateurs, make sure you get out there to the event and get your name on that list, because that's going to motivate a lot of newer pullers to step up their game. And there's a lot of great amateurs right now within the state that are really entertaining and really stepping it up. So I'm excited to see them come out, but really want to try and get some more people to show up to the event, which would be awesome. It should be a really great event. A lot of people should come and attend. They're always great. It's right outside LA, so it's not far. It's an easy place to fly into if you're out of state, but that'd be the next big one. There's a lot of good events around the state. Another big person that's coming up, and I'd really love to get to one of his events, is Travis Provencher. He does the Get Cracked events. This last one he had looked absolutely amazing. It was great venue, great setup and everything. And everything that he does, he's really bringing a lot of great competition throughout California with that. So for sure. Another great guy to promote and support as well.
Definitely. Yeah, I got my eye on him. He put my girl back on the table, so I'm happy about that.
Nice. So, yeah, I'm really hoping to get to one of his events because he's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that event was definitely star-studded, and the ladies' match was amazing. I was so proud of them.
Oh, yeah. Those were exciting to watch.
For sure. I always tell people, I'm like, I'm so tired of my friends pulling my friends. Like, pull somebody I don't like, please, so I can actually cheer for you.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Houdini, if you were paying attention, you would have known the answer to this question already. Jeez, he's being spicy and not even paying attention to the chat. Jeez. Well, actually,
jumped in late.
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I thought I accidentally put him in timeout. That would have been sad. But he said, who does she want to beat the most? Call them out. Ooh. So I guess that's different than a rematch, but
yeah. I mean, oh gosh, okay. You know, I would have to say within my state, yeah, I would probably have to say because in the state, she's a little bit newer to the sport. She's a powerlifter, so she's very strong. But I definitely want to pull her again and win back that. Her name is Lena Romani. I think is how you pronounce it. But she's doing good coming up in the sport. But I definitely want to have that win back. So I definitely want to pull her again. And like I say, out of state, probably Skyrena would probably be who I would definitely want to pull again.
For sure. That's awesome. Yeah, and I think Sky's been teasing a little bit on Facebook, so there's been a lot to talk about her comeback, and I know there's a line of ladies
lined up ready to pull,
ready to go, and I'm just like, okay.
Hey, I won't doubt she's a good puller, and she pulls good. She's got a lot of strength, but I want to test those waters again. So hopefully someday we'll see.
For sure, but I think it's. Yeah, I'll not be shady. I think, it's one of those things, too, where you never know where somebody's at, too. And so people are eager to jump on a known train, which I think is awesome. You want to jump on the new ride. But then at the same time, like, it doesn't mean that she's going to be easy, y'all. Sometimes when people take those breaks, they come back and they're even harder to beat than they were before.
Oh, yeah. Everybody needs a little bit of a break. I did that for a good amount of months. Sometimes it's good to just take a step back and get a reset, just get that reset and healing on your body of everything. And, sometimes people go through where you've pulled something, you've hurt something, and you need it. You need it to recover. And it's not always easy, especially when you're an arm wrestler. It's not easy. You always want to be on the table. And whenever you're at an event, even if you say you're not going to pull, you end up pulling anyway, somehow or another. I've been there, and it's hard to get away from. It's hard to get away from.
Right, it is, truly. Mad respect to the people that actually take sabbaticals because, like I said, I was 17 tournaments and at 21 my first year. Yeah, and it was
a lot.
It's addicting, man. It's addicting.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, it's an odd thing, but it definitely is. It's one of those things where it keeps pulling you. There's always another step up. There's always another level to get to. So it's a revolving thing. I don't think you really necessarily ever become stagnant. There's always something you can improve on.
For sure. So
and another quick shout out to you. Thank you again for having me. My dad and I also want to say, he just sent me a little note, that I will send you a shirt, the Lady Strong shirt. I'll also send you a gift package like I told you, and we'll send you $100 if you're willing and able to come to the Vegas tournament and possibly make it to Ohio for nationals.
So I can't go to Vegas this year. Just because I have the Arnolds the week before.
Oh, dang. That's a good one, too, though, to go to.
And then I have sit-downs the week after.
Oh,
and
nice.
And then there's a tournament in Maryland that people are asking me to go to on the 14th.
You guys are stacked out there.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. However, come over. I do want to come, and even if I don't pull, I will at least be at nationals because I want to. Nice. There's a lot of people there that I want to support.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
And just kind of meet people there and just, promote that. So I will say that one is 100% penciled in. Cool. I'm ready to, and I have family in Ohio.
So nice. See, there you go. You get best of both worlds.
Exactly. So that one's easy because I can just drive over. I have somewhere to stay. Vegas I was looking at the prices and I was like, yeah, ain't no way.
You think it's cheaper to fly to Vegas? We even talked about it, and we usually just drive. It's like 9 hours of driving, but it's just, you'd think you'd be able to get cheaper flights to Vegas. For some reason, they're not.
No,
it's not even worth it.
It's expensive right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, I will see you guys in April for sure.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I look forward to it for sure.
And so that'll be really fun.
So where are you located? In Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I'm like if you look at Virginia, it's like right in the middle.
No, nice.
So, yeah.
Easy enough.
When I say Central Virginia, I truly mean Central Virginia. On top of a mountain.
Nice. That's awesome.
So, but yeah. So I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to meeting you and your dad. You don't have to send me. I mean, I want my shirt, so I'm not bitter about that anymore.
Gift.
Yeah, and I definitely, obviously, want more TNT rub because when I tell you that stuff works, Chef's Kiss worked for me. Loved it.
I'm excited for your review on the newer stuff. Like I say, it's kind of the same formula, but just a little bit different. I changed the base in it, so it's nice. It's a lot smoother, I guess you could say. It's more stable.
Sweet. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I can't wait to try the new stuff for sure. And so, but yeah, no, I appreciate y'all support. I appreciate you coming on the show. You're amazing.
I appreciate you taking the time to have me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And y'all make sure you are following this lady, follow her journey. Make sure, please, that if you go to Vegas, go and at least try the stuff before you write it off because
I will have samples. I will have stuff for you to try. You can try it on before you buy it, but I promise you'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
There you go. Exactly. So just walk up to me like, Lucky said I had to try it. And yes,
there you go. That's perfectly fine with me.
And so again, don't be weird, okay? Don't be weird. And we absolutely adore just everything you're doing in the sport. Continue to promote it, continue to just be an awesome representation of an athlete in the sport, and we look forward to supporting you in the future. And don't forget to use that page.
I will, I promise. I'll do that real soon.
Awesome. All right, thank you all for tuning in. We got 2 shows tomorrow. So make sure you swing back by. One is crazy early, so feel free not to set an alarm and just watch the replay on that one. But if you do want to chat with Ricard and Devon Borman, they will be on the show at 7 o'clock Eastern time in the morning. And then we have Philip Larson and Lars Robakin in the afternoon. So love to see you all here. Tara, again, thank you, ma'am, and you have a wonderful rest of your night.
God bless you, and God bless everybody. Appreciate all your support.
Thank you.
Have a good one.